Analysis. Welcome again. Let's take a quick peep at the stories we'll be discussing today. We'll take a story from Rivers State. After the protest yesterday, we had the police warning protesters against blocking the road during protests and harassing passengers. And then from Delta State, we heard that the market women joined the protest and they
from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today.
Thank you so much for staying right here with us on ATN. It's still ATN Blowout, and our guest today in the studio is Loveday Oporum, and he is a public affairs analyst. He's an agro expert and consultant, the coordinator of Agriculture Graduates Association of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter. Good morning.
Good morning.
Loveday.
Good morning, Ini.
Good to have you on ATN Blowout.
Me too. Thank you very much.
How has the protest been on your side?
Well, it has been very peaceful.
Okay.
It has been very peaceful, and We pray it continues.
National Police CP Olatunji Dusu has assessed the conduct of the protests in Rivers State and commended the officers of the command for their professionalism in managing the situation. And officers peacefully related to and accompanied the protesters throughout the process. However, the CP frowned upon the conduct of groups of persons along NTA Road, Pleasure Park, Igrita and Airport Road. These groups were restricting vehicular movement, banging on vehicles and extorting passengers. Some were even seen brandishing sticks. Now, the CP cautions the protesters to conduct themselves peacefully and desist from infringing on the rights of others by blocking roads and harassing passers-by and engaging in looting and other crimes. You know, they do not constitute lawful protests and will not be tolerated. The police will take necessary action against such unlawful acts. Now, you know, sometimes when we decide to protest, this is the reason a lot of people were warning against the protest, because definitely we'll have some people who would not want to go according to the plan to make it peaceful. Even though Rivers State was one of those states that reports had it was quite peaceful, because we heard of deaths in other states allegedly. But let's get your thoughts on the whole process, protest march yesterday.
Okay, I think the protest started very peacefully. And then at some point, we started hearing that there were roadblocks here and there. Though my own area was very peaceful, people were out doing their normal business, and there was and there was no roadblock.
Businesses were open.
Sure.
Fuel stations were open.
Sure.
Banks.
Though for bank, I can't really tell because I didn't visit one.
Okay.
But private business owners were on their duty posts. And then the road was very much probably using other forms or wouldn't be comfortable to come out physically, probably because of maybe one health issue or the other. They have other means. They can be on their social media online and then also do some form of protest, call radio station, air their views on the protest and all of that, and also appeal to the government on areas that are biting. You understand what I'm saying? So it must not be a physical thing or roadblock issue. Though those that are ready to do that, there's no problem about that. They are free to do. But the major thing they need to understand is that some persons need to also, source for their daily bread. So you don't block the road. You don't easily before its commencement. And that is where the whole thing baffles me. You know, you can now see the level of government, of course, some government and government agencies and sensitivity. Prior to this time, I believe they are aware of what Nigerians are passing through, but there has not been any proactive measure to calling on the attention of the affected person, the masses.
Why do you think that is?
Well, that's what I call...
These are people representing the masses.
Well, you can see that for yourself. Is insensitivity. I refer to that as a high level of God. I just pray that some of us are hungry. And that's why it seems as if, the thing is a bit, is still at the peripheral stage. Once those of them that are now hungry, that are not yet angry, will become both hungry and angry, I don't think the state and the country can contain each and every one of us. That is why we are still appealing to the government to do something as quickly as possible. A hungry person can say anything once you provide the immediate need. Once you provide what that person needs. The person can change his or her confession because he's hungry. And that's why we wonder why if our being, if they are doing what they are doing intentionally, not meeting to the need of the people. Issue of hunger, there is no other way you address issue of hunger, than via agricultural means. It's through agricultural policies, agricultural projects. You empower the people agriculturally, then that's the beginning. Virgin lands here and there, undeveloped land, on land that has not been tampered with. The point, why would Nigerians be crying? Why would Nigerians be shouting of hunger? It's very shameful. You see countries that do not have arable lands doing well agriculturally, you can't see them of that. But why in Nigeria we are crying of hunger? And somebody wants to tell me that the government has done enough. The government has not started. I'm telling you, the government has not started doing anything. If you go to my Facebook, handle. You see some of the posts I dropped there on modern agricultural practices. Those are the things that I expect our government to be doing. Those are the things that we should be talking about. And not when you give a farmer 50,000.
Tell me what 1 million naira can do.
Now, if our government wants to develop agriculture, it's not by just giving farmers money. We need enabling environment. There was a time, I think, so those are the things we're talking about. Those are the things, which sector, which agricultural enterprise can someone tell me that, Nigeria, the federal government has really vested enough, and then the entire state is queuing into that particular enterprise.
We'll delve deeper into agriculture as time goes on with another story. Okay. But let's just quickly wrap things up on this particular statement by the police on the protesters against blocking the road and, extorting passengers and hitting the vehicles.
I want to tell you, sorry for cutting you. You see, those blocking the road are not sincere protesters.
Why do you?
We have been in this country,
so?
At least we have seen how some of these things works, and we have also heard some things out there. Those that doesn't support, those that doesn't believe in the philosophy of protest against bad governance and hunger. We've heard something. There are some persons that would want to do anything within their reach to ensure that what had already been anticipated by those to the protests being initiated, and some that will be detrimental to the entire economy. For me, is not a welcome development at all.
Okay.
And should be really checked by security personnel.
Yes, we hope that more will be done, because some of the things that we heard happening on the road yesterday in some states, one would ask, where were the security personnel?
That's another question.
But we'll get to more stories about the NSAS protests now. A lot of the parents
Nigeria. I pray it shouldn't get to that point, and that is why the government has to do something as quickly as possible, to address the issue and to reignite hope in the life of Nigerians. Thank God for the president administrative. So Nigerians want to witness and see that hope. They want to, be part of that renewed hope agenda. We don't want to see it on paper. Nigerians have lost hope, so it is the responsibility of government to renew the hope of Nigerians. So nobody